Hello everyone, get ready for some trending new info in your quest for knowledge. England just announced that every Englishman over the age of 18 automatically become organ donors with ability to opt out. How do you feel about this? My dad died at 36 due to a sudden and unpredicted massive heart attack. He was not a drinker or drug user, didn't even have high blood pressure. His death certificate literally says, first symptom, death. My mom and I still regret that it didn't even occur to us to donate his organs until 2 or 3 days afterward, when the fog began to lift from our stunned minds. My dad was a generous and adventurous person with terrific eyesight and a strong physique, and I know he would have loved the idea of both living on in some way and helping someone else continue their journey. I wish we had default donation in my state. Just understand that this doesn't mean you must donate your organs or even that your viable organs will be donated by your wishes. With enough speed and influence, aka money, a spouse or other power of attorney or other family member can absolutely deny the request, whether you chose to register or just failed to opt out. This is evidenced by the NHS's statement of, your family will still be approached and your faith, beliefs and culture will continue to be respected. It's a very hollow law, but still an important one. Even in the United States, where all 50 states have adopted the 1987 Uniform Anatomical Gift Act, which treats a valid organ donor card as a legal last will and testament, next of kin and their attorneys prevent organ harvesting every single day by getting emergency injunctions that prevent the organs from being transferred in time. This is exactly what happened with my pregnant wife, who was a UK citizen, when a drunk driver put her in a coma. Her father was wealthier than my entire bloodline has ever been. Way high up in one of the four inns of court all UK barristers must belong to, and not only did he actively try, and succeeded, in stopping the hospital from harvesting her organs despite her being a registered donor, he actively tried to suppress my ability to decide what would happen with our unborn daughter, who had a chance to survive if they acted quickly. I had no say in her body, wasn't even allowed to attend the funeral, but I did end up having a say in our child's. We got married in Spain and hadn't yet filed the paperwork to have it recognized elsewhere. Pretty sure there are new EU laws to prevent this now, but who knows with Brexit. So I had no power of attorney rights for my wife, but I did for our child. 3 days later and I was holding the best part of both of us in my arms, but it's the only part of my late wife that lives on today. She was buried with all her viable organs, despite her being such a staunch supporter of donation and would have celebrated England passing this law, if it were ever actually enforced, which I doubt it will be. But that's okay. The law is not meant to be enforced, it's meant to make us think about the power of organ donation. As a British person, it's a great move. Opting out is literally a 2-minute job, and it's going to save a massive number of lives. For anyone who doesn't know, here's a breakdown of the new rules. That said, please still do tell your family about your decision so that your next of kin knows, whether it's opt-in or opt-out. It's still your decision, but if your family are the kind who will be squeamish about the thought of your organs being donated, it can help to put them at ease that it's something you've chosen and not just something that you forgot to opt out of. It's a good idea. As long as people have the ability to opt out if they want to, which you mentioned they do, then there's nothing wrong with it. BTW those who are incapable of opting out, due to the mental inability to comprehend it or something like that, are on the no-no list. Yeah, they already can't be organ donors. He wasn't an Englishman, but like John Prine said, please don't bury me down in that cold ground, I'd rather have them cut me up and pass me all around, throw my brain in a hurricane, the blind can have my eyes, the deaf can take both my ears if they don't mind the size. Sounds like a smart guy. No wonder he wanted to carry on brainstorming after he died. It's a win-win, an idea whose time has come. I've already donated an organ to a university music department for student practice. When I die, my bodily organs will be donated as well. Your bodily organs will be donated to the university music department as well? How do you feel about this? I feel that other countries too should do this. In January, Germany had a vote on this in parliament and they voted against it. It's such bullpoop. My honest view is that it should be opt-out, with the additional caveat that you get preferential access to organs as a donor. If you want to opt out, then opt out, but don't expect that other people are just going to put you at the front of the list when you need a transplant. I'd guess all the English women get to keep their organs. Actually, I was wondering this. Is Englishman a term referring to English people or is it specifically male English people? Obviously I'm not from England and I was confused on the nomenclature. I feel like framing Reddit's popular opinion as a question is an easy way to gain karma. Yeah, I hate these questions. Reddit, how do you feel about popular thing framed as controversial? I'm from the UK. I'm annoyed this wasn't already a thing. I signed up to be an organ donor on my 18th birthday. I've got no use for my organs when I die. Let them save lives or be used for research. I thought this was already a thing. But then I'm from Wales, so not sure if we've had it for longer. We're usually the guinea pigs. Fantastic. What took so long? Boris had to wait until his organs were no longer eligible before he passed the law. Just kidding, I'm English and think this is a great move. I've always been meaning to get a donor card but never got round to it. Now I know my laziness won't cost someone's life being saved if I die. For those asking why would anyone consider opting out? I recently watched a video in which a mom explained how she lost her baby to SIDS. They found the baby unresponsive after his nap, air-flighted him to the hospital, and were able to get his heart started again. But he had no brain activity from oxygen deprivation, so he wouldn't be able to breathe on his own and would die if unhooked from all his machines. The baby's organs were all perfectly healthy, so staff approached the mother about organ donation to save another baby's life. Although the parents ultimately did choose organ donation, they explained that it was a big struggle. I was confused about that, until they explained why it was a struggle. For context, when a baby is in intensive care, it's hard to hold them, because all the tubes and wires are in the way. In most modern bereaved parent of infant situations, the school of thought is that it is less traumatic to the parents if the child is allowed to be with them for some time after he or she is unhooked from machines. Most parents hold their baby while he or she dies, etc. In some progressive countries, they even have refrigerated cribs, so that parents can take their baby home for a few days and grieve in their own way. This is way different than the past, when doctors thought taking a dead child away ASAP, before the parents could see it, was best to reduce trauma. Spoiler alert, it's not. Anyhow, these folks knew their baby was going to die, but in order for organ donation to occur, he needed to be unhooked in the OR, because they transplant the beating heart of infant directly into the other baby. So these parents sacrificed their morning time with their child's body, and didn't get to hold him as he stopped breathing, etc., in order to give another child the gift of life. Just offering perspective that people who are hesitant about organ donation are not monsters, and perhaps, more awareness of these situations will ultimately lead to more people choosing selflessness. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.